You're welcome back to the TGIF, or the second leg edition of the headlines. On Petals 102.3 FM Ibadan, your radio station. My name is Toni Adeoye. To be a part of this program, you get to join our platforms. On Telegram, it's official Maestro Petals. On WhatsApp, the number to add is 070-555-66624. You can also listen in from anywhere around the world, either through our website. The address is www.petals1023.com, or you download the Petals FM app from your Play Store. You can also search for us on TikTok, official Maestro Petals, on Twitter also, official Maestro Petals. And you know I will not be doing this alone. I have here with me the most amazing, the most brilliant Adewisi Ogunchiri.
Good morning. Always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, how's been your week so far?
Very good. We thank God. Salah, holiday, no holiday. So you understand what I mean? Yes, there is a holiday. There was a holiday, but our holidays are always here. But it's been good. We thank God.
Thank God. Now, we couldn't take our comment on the platforms yesterday, so I'll just take the ones we have today and a little bit of what we had yesterday before we go to the stories we have. All right. Akindele Olakule sent a news that I had seen earlier though. He said from the president, who says, "I could have asked for my share of fuel subsidy, but God forbid. Nigerians didn't elect me to join economic saboteurs." And then he says, "Me, federal government needs to expose those saboteurs. They are the same people oppressing the public, and we celebrate them as successful businessmen." Count Versatility replying to a message from Christopher that the family members have the access and means that the masses don't have. Aside that, these selfish ones only care for themselves and immediate families. Their actions are not right in any sense. So for Count Versatility's messages, Orun Yabo. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Orun Yabo, okay.
I know he put ellipses.
Yes.
We are all in this together. They've used that gimmick to cause unrest among the populace for too long. Let's call their bluff for once and see what happens. If it turns out they are right and thus won, Nigerians will adjust to them as need be. Let us relax. When we keep our cool, we'll see more clearly. Okay, let me go to the genesis of these reactions to know. Okay, yeah, I suspected as such. It's reactions to the oil marketers projecting 700 naira per litre as importation starts in July. Now, that was from Christopher. He says, "Let's see how much Nigerians can bear. It's all about testing the very limit of the people's endurance. Let market forces determine prices." That's a quote from him. If only the people knew what they were uncontrolled market forces that imports almost everything it uses. A country that is blessed with crude oil but also decides to refine oil. Let's see how this goes. And Maestro says, "Diabo J too long." Yeah, that's the actress who lost her life yesterday. And Moshood said, Moshood Hamed said, "Parents to her, so rest in peace." Idris Alao responding to Christopher's earlier message, "When it got to the peak, then solution will come. Let's see how it unveils because I don't know how it will stop." Because some people gave Bani Fawemi of blessed memory, SAN, sometimes before his death, to shoot beat you well, dear friend. And Maestro says, "Yes, you can." That's different reaction. Plan versatility. On a more serious note, we all agree there are problems to be fixed in this country, and we can't help but fix them unless this country will eventually tumble down the abyss. I wrote sometimes ago, "We're all pain, and who knows, I may be worse than you are." But the question is that we have to just fix this country some way, somehow. And let's just go to other reactions. Now, there was an accident, and someone says he was an eyewitness to the Dangote truck that killed 15 ministers returning from a church program along Lagos Benin Expressway. That's yesterday, 29th of June, with their soul rest in peace. All right. Um, there are other comments from yesterday. There was a lot of comments. So instead of that to take our time, let's just go to the stories I have prepared for today. Um, I think I will start with the reactions about all marketers projecting that will buy your 7. Yeah, my I discussed my first yes, and then the reaction was let them do their work. Let's see. Let me have your opinion.
You know, I've always said it, they should just do whatever it is they have in mind to do. That's always been my position, even before President Bola Tinubu announced the removal of the subsidy, because it's been like it's been like the only thing on their mind when you talk about solving Nigeria's economic problem. All they just want to talk about is the subsidy. The fact that some people are just stealing the subsidy, that subsidy is scam. They've always wanted to remove it. Now, just remove it already. Now that we have removed it, we are buying at 500 naira per liter. Some are already selling at 520 per liter. That's not enough. We have marketers threatening us that they are going to be selling at 700 naira per liter. If that will make them happy, if that will be the price at which they will sell and have their own profits. Because honestly, I find it very difficult, not impossible, but difficult to blame these marketers, because when you talk with them, they tell you they are applied also. They are businessmen and women. Uh, they are not expected to buy and sell at a loss. Do you understand? So if they are lifting the fuel at a particular price, they calculate all other overhead costs. That will make them arrive at their own cost to sell profitably. So I don't think I stand to be corrected really, but I do not think that the marketers are the problems, because they are sellers, they are businessmen and women, and they expect to make profit from whatever they sell. So if they lift the fuel at a particular price, they calculate their transportation, they calculate police checkpoints, they calculate every other thing that they are going to calculate, and they arrive at a workable price. We can't blame them. It's not going to be easy on us if they start selling us. Even 500 naira is not easy. Tony, you need to see how dry, how free the roads have been. People have cut costs. We have done more than cut costs. A lot of people are affected already. A lot of people, a lot of families cannot even feed well anymore. Many people have abandoned their vehicles. And Tony, even if you are taking taxes, if you are taking Uber, you know how much you are spending. So there's no easy way out of this thing. There's no easy way out of it. We're all in it together. And like I just said on Wednesday on flip side, I said we will just hope, because this palliative that the presidency is talking about, I honestly don't know. And I asked Maestro also, what form do you think this palliative is going to take? What form? Are we to expect that, okay, they are going to be crediting our accounts? At least they have our BVN, they have NIN, they have everything they need to identify some Nigerians, if not all. Or should we expect that cash would be distributed? We've had that before. There was the trader money, there was the farmer money, we've had it. We've had humanitarian affairs minister distribute money to indigent Nigerians, quote and unquote. You understand? So they have several means of distributing these palliatives. But the problem that we are ever going to have in this country is dishonesty, integrity, doubt. we do not trust them. Even if they plan that subsidy, what gives us the assurance that it will get to us? What gives us the assurance that we're not going to be talking about another probe in the next 1 year? They are going to be setting up another probe, fuel subsidy, palliative misappropriation. Hard. You know, we saw what happened during COVID. We saw palliatives that were kept by people to be used as party souvenirs. We saw warehouses where palliatives were kept and people had to go and destroy, they had to go and invade the warehouses to get some things for themselves. We saw all these things. Some became lords and masters over these palliatives. Some rice got spoiled.
You remember for parties.
For you see, it's a very sad situation that we have found ourselves. But honestly, I just will continue to hope that we will be out. We will be out. There will be light at the end of this tunnel. We are going to just wait and see what form or what plans President Bola Tinubu has in mind, because he was still at Awujale's palace, and he restated his commitment to reviving this economy. He talked about subsidy, he talked about removal, he talked about his plans. So we will just wait. Yes, it's not too soon to criticize this government, because when you tell people it's too early, we can see people's pockets and tummies will be the judge at this time. We don't care, because we know that governance is supposed to be a continuum. So there is no break in governance. It's not too early, it's not too late to blame anyone. It's not too early, it's not too late to criticize any government. We are going to start criticizing you right from the day one, because it is our pockets we are talking about. It is our lives. It's our tummy. It's our economy that we are talking about. So at 700 naira, if that is where they are going, Tony, honestly, we might not be able to stop it. We might not be able to stop it, except there is a very decisive and quick intervention by the federal government. Because if the marketers tell you that they are going to be selling at 700 naira, and that is how they are going to be able to make their own profit, you can't stop them, because you don't expect them to be selling at a loss for you. You don't. So they have to sell at a price which will make them happy and make you happy too. So all we need now is a quick intervention, a very decisive intervention, and a monitored one, well organized. Not the one that you just throw and there will be no one to monitor where it gets to. No. When you throw these things at us, you have to monitor it and make sure that it gets to the people you intend it to get to. It gets to Nigerians.
Still on the hardship or sacrifices people are having to make. A cabby ran away with food he was supposed to deliver. Now, the person tweeted it that my friend sent someone to pick up food from another friend, and then the driver ended the ride and stole the food. He then sent her a text saying he was sorry and that he hadn't eaten since morning. I'll read the text. He said, I'm sorry, I was so hungry. I have not eaten since morning, and I don't have light or anything. I don't have money to get food and all of that. Do you think people will be resorting to measures like this or even more?
People will resort to worse. People will resort to worse measures. That was why I said we need a quick intervention. Without a quick intervention, which of course, by quick I mean immediately at this. Salah ends. Let's just say Salah ends today, because some state governors have extended, or some people have even extended by themselves. The holiday is still today. So by Monday, honestly, we should start talking about how to mitigate the sufferings of the people. We should start talking about how to alleviate the sufferings and mitigate the effect of the removal of this subsidy. Otherwise, Tony, people are going to resort to, I don't know if you remember the times of the Abacha era, when you are cooking and food will disappear.
I was a fetus that didn't exist.
Okay, really. So if you are cooking and you are not standing by your food, it will disappear. Uncooked rice, undone, they will carry it, carry your stove, carry your pot. So if the person is nice enough, after eating, they will return the pot so that you use it and cook tomorrow, and they will come so that they will find something to carry again. People are going to resort to worse. That was the cabby that just ended the ride and took the food. I'm not saying it is right. No one is justifying that. But honestly, even the Bible says if somebody steals food, I don't think there is a punishment because the person is hungry. This person was hungry. You sent him food. And I don't know, was he not going to get paid for the ride?
Maybe it will not have been
enough for
what he went to pick.
See, we just have to. We have to. People will resort to worse things. We are talking about rituals. We're talking about other fast means, Yahoo boys. So what are you going to expect now? What are you going to expect when things are harder? When boys and girls are hungry? When a man wakes up in the morning, a family man, a father, a mother wakes up, sees his children, and doesn't have anything to offer them. So what do you think such a man would do? What do you think such a mother would do? We need a quick intervention, a quick solution to this hardship. That is what we need.
All right. Earlier, I took the story that the federal government has been able to save in billions, hundreds of billions, say 400 billion, since the removal of the subsidy. What are they to use the monies saved from the removal of the subsidy for? How are they going to put them to use? Or how do we, not like we can, but is it possible that we monitor how the money is put to use in the country?
We might not be able to monitor it, but we have the right to ask. We have the right to ask them. We have the right to request for a breakdown of that money that we are saving and what we plan on doing with this money. We are saving money. You said to us that people were stealing this money. Not that there was no money, Tony. There was money. There was subsidy. Millions or billions of naira being stolen as subsidy. Now, you saw that Governor Issa Yuguda, that's the former there was a time they went to the president then, to stop this subsidy because they were tired of making money. Yes. He said some of his friends that were making money, they went to former president then to tell him, please, His Excellency, stop this subsidy. We are tired of making. Do you know how much they make on daily basis? He said there were claims for subsidy for pipelines that did not exist. They will just come and just give the quotation, this pipeline in Port Harcourt, this pipeline is carrying this amount of fuel, and no one is going to cross-check. No one is going to verify or substantiate whatever submission or quotation they give, and they will get money for it. They will get the subsidy for it. They said they begged the president to stop it because they were tired of making money. So it's not like there's no money. So there is this money. Now that we are saving this money, we don't want to give it as subsidy again because people were stealing it. We have stopped giving it out. Let us know how much we have saved. Let us know how much we are going to be saving by stopping subsidy. And let us know what we are going to be doing with this amount, these billions that we are saving. Let's know what we are going to be doing with it. We might not be able to monitor it only, but we have the right to ask them. And that is what some people are saying also. This money that you are saving now, should you not now use it? Because it looks like that's like the only thing we were enjoying from the government. The subsidy that we thought we were having or we were getting was like the only thing the masses were enjoying from the government. But now you are taking it from us. How do we now get it back? Where do we get it back from? Where are we going to start feeling that subsidy that you removed? Where are we going to start feeling it? In our pockets? Where? How?
Is it possible that those who were hoarding and stealing and all of that, even if we don't get names or we don't get all the names, are they going to be punished? Someone needs to be punished, obviously.
Yeah, have you gotten any name? And you think you're going to get names? They are, see, it's a cabal. It's their thing. Like we say in the Gen Z talents, not them. It's them. See, if you are going to start, you are just going to be wasting your time asking for people to be punished. Sometimes you may not need, these people cannot punish themselves. They can't. If they were going to punish, look at what Garba Shehu said. He said if former president Muhammadu Buhari had removed that subsidy, APC would not have won. So it's everything is about them. Nigerians are just we are like pawns. They are just they play you here, they play you there for whatever pleases them. At the end of the day, it's all about them. It's for their own good. They wanted to win that election, so they did not remove the subsidy. You understand? Not minding how much of Nigerians' money was being stolen. Not minding that it was a scam. They did not remove it because they wanted to use it as a winning point. Do you get my point? So, waiting or looking for people to be punished, prosecuted, jailed for stealing subsidy, I may not be interested in that, honestly. Because how does that profit me? How does it profit me? You are going to be using our money also, taxpayers' money, to be prosecuting these people. Please, leave them. At least we do plea bargaining in Nigeria. We do plea bargaining now. How much have you stolen? Take this, leave this, then go your way. Don't we do it? So let's just leave this one as plea bargaining for them too. Let us focus on making life easier for the people. See, Tony, we cannot get them to, they can't punish anyone. Forget about it. They've been talking about people stealing our crude, people transporting. Look at that customs officer that did that video of smugglers smuggling our. What came out of it? What came out of it? We saw it in the report that the guy was he was kind of probably jailed or incarcerated. He was released some days ago. I saw a video that he was just released. They just released him because of that video he made during that time. How many names have you seen? How many people have you seen that have been arrested? How many people? They can't. They won't. So I personally am not even interested in them being punished. I am interested in them dropping this money. Please drop the money. Now we are saving subsidy. Let us know what we are going to do with it. That concerns me more than we are just looking for. I'm not looking for anyone to be jailed, please.
So it's an OT law case, and we should
yes, just leave it. OT law, let it go. It's always been going. It's always been going. Let it go. And sometimes on tabak far guru afagbo, so they will not even bother to far the guru. They will not. I don't know how to say that in English to you. But if you arrest, let me just maybe that is what it means. If you arrest A is probably going to drag B with it. B will drag C. So who is going to be? Are they going to be exposing themselves? So they don't want to be dragging themselves. Because if they start mentioning names, that's when they will tell you, Senator, please off the mic.
Off your mic.
Off the mic now. Off the mic. Look at when
painting sprays.
look at when Senator Bukachua was talking. The Senate President said that was not. It's not appropriate, Senator. It's not appropriate for you to be saying that. They're off the mic. So it's the season. Let them off this mic. We don't even want it. I don't want it loud. They should not loud it. They should just solve our problems. Take the money from them. Talk to them how you can talk to them. Take the money. Take the much you can take back. Let's know what we can do with it. That is my own interest.
Now, on the clash between the Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke and an ex-spokesperson for the Senate, Dr. Ajibola Bashiru at the Osogbo Eid Prayer Ground, I saw an interview on channels with the ex-Senate spokesperson saying that, there are different accounts on what happened Wednesday, and the account of he sat in the seat for the governor and all of that. The first account I saw was that there was an attempt to murder the governor, and that he asked for the arrest of someone. Then later I saw the other account of the seat and all of that. Now the ex Senate spokesperson said that on the seat that he didn't see any name that the seat belonged to the governor, that he was already sitting down and somebody came to meet him to get up from the chair, that he doesn't even know the person. Before you know it, thugs were brought to come and get him to stand up from the chair, and that as he understands, even if the seat he was sitting belonged to the governor, there wasn't thugs that should have been brought to all of the things that happened. Do you think it could have been avoided?
Well, it could have. I also saw different accounts. The first I saw was that he sat, that Senator Bashir, he sat on a seat reserved for the governor, which I was immediately against. How would you? What? Okay, a governor's seat is not just an ordinary seat. There would have been signs on it. There would have been the paraphernalia.
I did not see anything marked for governor.
That is it. So see, a lot of contradictions in that story. A lot of plus and minuses in the stories that we have seen and heard. We weren't there. Reporters were there, and you would only report according to what you see most times. And when people come out to tell you they are eyewitnesses, you can only be an eyewitness to where you are. You cannot see where you are not. You can't see further than where you are. If you are inside that praying ground, you will not see what is happening outside of the praying ground. You understand? And if you are outside of the praying ground, you would not probably see what was going on inside. So the first account I got was, okay, Senator Bashir got there and he sat on the seat that was reserved, which I questioned. Okay, if a seat was reserved for the governor, no one would be bold enough to go and sit there, because there would be advance team from the governor for a security sweep. If the governor was going to a place, there will be an advance team that will go and sweep the place. You understand? So if they knew that the governor was coming and they reserved a seat for the governor, there was no way Senator Bashir would have sat on that seat. You understand? Now, if we go by Senator Bashir saying that he did not see that there was a sign or there was a reserved seat for the governor, how come that happened? If you knew a governor was coming to pray, I saw another account that said they did not know that the governor was coming. Do you understand? That they didn't know the governor was coming, which means they did not reserve any seat. So probably when the governor came and they saw that the governor is gracing this occasion, they wanted a seat for him, and they felt that seat was the one that the senator was sitting on. And they are not friends too. This is where, see, the root of this cause is the fact that they've had issues. You understand? And they've had a long-running issue. Because if they were chummy, it's nothing. There's nothing. Nobody will even tell him before he would excuse himself and give that honor to the governor. You understand? But because there's been an issue between them, so another account said the senator, on seeing that the governor had arrived and they said he should vacate the seat, he did. He said he stood up and moved to the next mat in front of him, leaving that seat that they claimed was reserved for the governor. I also read that the governor was not comfortable with the fact that the man was still around the praying ground.
I think I read that.
You understand? We are seeing a lot of we are seeing different accounts. So he stood up for you, but you were not comfortable with the fact that he was still somewhere around. You wanted him out of the place, which was a general praying ground. It was a public place. You understand? And the governor left. So after the governor left, the man said the police came and they told him that they wanted to arrest him on the order of the governor. And he said, okay, if they wanted to question him, that all of them would go, the League of Imams that were there, the Muslim leaders would go with him. They said no, that they wanted only him, and he didn't go with them. So we saw, and I saw the statement from the governor's side. I even saw an apology from the, I think, chief imam. Is it the chief imam now? I saw an apology from the chief imam too, which I think should just rest the case. That apology from the imam should rest the case, because I don't see any case here. I only see fights. Honestly, I see fights. I see initial beef, initial issues that we've had. You understand? So it's really, we really did not get the fact of what happened, of what transpired on that program. We didn't get it. I'm sure we did not get it, because if someone sat on a governor's seat, which is very almost impossible, if a seat is reserved for the governor, you will not go and sit there. You can't. You would know. So now, if you go by the fact that they didn't know it was coming, which means no seat was reserved for him, then the senators stood when they told him that, okay, this is where, maybe there was an arrangement. The governor would probably want to sit closer to the imam and all the leaders, you understand? So the senator said he left the mat and moved on to the next mat. So I think we work with all the accounts that we were able to get. Honestly, we work with all the accounts we were able to get and just hope that they will just rest it. When I saw the apology yesterday from the chief imam, I said, okay, this should rest this case now. It should. We arrest him for, and I don't know where the attempted assassination. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. Honestly, I do not know where it came from. The governor didn't stay. The governor didn't stay. And they said people left the place out of fear of whatever reprisal that might have come by the governor leaving. You know, people loyal to the governor, we have boys that are loyal to the governor, might just want to come and show the people on the praying ground. So the people left out of fear. But the chief imam conducted the prayers. They still prayed there, and everything went.
I think that kind of saga should not have happened at the prayer ground.
Well, Tony, there is nowhere anything. They didn't fight. It was just it was a misunderstanding. Not really an altercation. So just stand up, don't sit there. I can't stay. I'm leaving, and he left.
Now, still from the Eid, the Salah celebrations and all of that. There was a video of police escorts, who were escorting a VIP and his cow. And then first spokesman, Prince Oluwamuyiwa, has said that this is condemned. We will fish out this man. It is even disgusting. We have set up a committee to look into the process of withdrawing our PMF tactical men from such services and use them for the announced quick intervention squad. Deployment of policemen to individuals will surely be reviewed and regularized. When the committee submits its report, the AG-IGP will act as fast as possible to implement the policy. We need more men to police than guard individual Nigerians. We can assure Nigerians of a better policing system in no distant time. Why would you have people escort you and your cow? The cow, I saw the video, the cow was big, or is big, maybe it is dead now. So is big, I think 1 or 2. And then the owner was behind the cow, and then the policemen, not 1, not 2, not 3, 7 were escorting the man and his cow.
I saw the video. You know, I've been reading it. I've been reading the first PRO's reaction to it. So that was when I first saw it. So I went to look for the video. I saw it, and honestly, in my opinion, I didn't see them escorting the cow. They were following the man. They were not following the cow. See, they are probably working in the house. They are probably attached to that man. You understand? It was Salah. The man was going to kill the very big cow. You saw the way the man was moving. He had a knife with him.
Yes.
The cow was bigger than the man.
Bigger than everybody.
Someone else was dragging the cow at the front. You understand? The man was coming calm. He was going to be slaughtered. The man was walking behind the cow with the knife. Do you understand? And these policemen were behind the man. They were going. See, I don't see that as escorts. They were all going to kill the cow. Honestly, I don't know. They are attached to the man. They work in that house. I think what we should be addressing is determining which VIP deserves a police escort. See, because I think how it is now is once you have money and you think you need a police security, oddly, you apply. I think that's how it runs now. You apply for it. Maybe they have their background checks and they give you one or two, depending on your request, and you determine, or they determine how much you are going to be paying them or how you are going to be paying them. You understand? See, people develop relationship with themselves. There's no how they are men. I saw them. They were walking. They were not cajoled. They were not angry. They were not sad. In fact, they were happy. They were going. They wanted to go and see. They wanted to go and see the killing of. See, it's Odun. You understand? So I didn't see it as escorting. It's not like he was traveling with the cow and they were escorting it. No, they were in the house. It was a house arrangement. It was Salah. They wanted to go and kill. If he had moved out to go and attend to some guests and they came behind him, what would we say to that? I don't know if you get my point, honestly. I did not see it as escorting. They did not escort him to go and kill the cow. They all went together. They went together to go and kill the cow. It was Odun time. They wanted to kill a cow, a big cow, for crying out loud, which they were all going to eat. A huge cow. And they are men. It's what men do. Men kill cows. You understand? Men kill cows. They see it. They oversee it. They look at it. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how they are looking at it. But even if the NPF feels that it's wrong, we have a lot of things. We have a lot of this happening that is wrong. So they should just decide if we are going to be attaching orderlies to VIPs or VVIPs, and what will be the requirement? What will be the prerequisite? Who would you be for you to deserve a police orderly? And the laws should be read out. The regulations should be read out to you. So you should know when they should be seen with you, what they should be seen doing. We have seen a police orderly carrying food on a tray at a party. Yes. But he came to say that the VIP said that she didn't send him. He probably was carrying the food for himself or for his friends or for someone else, that she didn't send him to carry the food. We have seen police orderly carry handbags for madams. We have seen police orderlies open gates. Open doors. Gate, not even the door to the car now. Gate to the house. For drivers to drive in and drive out. There was even one case in Ogun State where the driver even hit the policeman. I think he died. Do you understand? So see, we can't close our eyes to the fact that people develop relationships with themselves. You saw that one that shot behind. Who is that singer again?
No, not a singer in the north.
No.
That one opened the door for Spyro.
For Spyro. No, there was one that shot.
Yeah, that was the singer in the north.
Okay, they shot in the air. They were happy. They were following the guy and they were shooting. You see, they develop, they are friends. And if the man has been nice to them over the years, please, they will follow him to go and kill the cow. They will follow him to go and they will even follow him and sit and watch him eat and drink. It is the police force that should come out with regulations. They should be open about these regulations. Let us know what your police orderly should be doing to you and what they should not be doing to you. And I think they should even look away from punishing the police orderlies. They should look to punishing their principals. When you know that if the MPF sees my orderly carrying my bag, they will ask me, they will call me for questioning. They could even prosecute me. Then even if he offers, you will say no. Because let me tell you, we are human beings. We like ourselves. If you are nice to me, I'm probably going to be offering to carry. Can I help you? Because you don't know someone is watching. These ones now were just going. They didn't know someone was making the video. Even if they knew someone was making the video, I am very certain they didn't know they were doing something wrong. They didn't know they were doing something because they were walking gallantly. They were going. So it's not like they wanted to flout any rule, because I don't think there are rules. And if there are rules, they should be pronounced.
Still on police escorting VIPs. The acting inspector general of police has made a decision to withdraw mobile policemen attached to VIPs and set up a special intervention squad for quick and rapid response to tackle criminality across the countries. And part of the reason is the incessant abuse of police officers attached to certain individuals and companies on guard or escort duty has become worrisome and detestable, particularly to the present leadership. Now, aside those videos that we see or those things, the escorts are said to be abused by the VIPs, and that's why they want to withdraw all the police escorting VIPs.
Did you not see the video of that policewoman attached to a widow? She's a widow of late MK Wabiola.
I didn't see the video.
You didn't see that video? Yes, she was beaten, and there was blood gushing out of her face, and she said that she refused to do house chores, and the madam asked, yes, and the madam asked other maids to beat her up. The woman had even sued. I think she sued the police because she said that was not a true account. Yes, so that wasn't what happened. That something else happened. So I don't know, but I think the case is still on. The case is probably still in court, so we'll just play it down. We're not talking about the case now. We're talking about what happened. So it was in the news. They made a video and they had to call. I think they had to call the IGP or someone, because the lady was just sitting there on the floor. Blood was gushing out of her face or her mouth. I don't know where she was wounded, and they said because she refused to do house chores, so they abused it.
Why would you abuse someone with the rifle?
Well, are you going to shoot?
No.
So if your boss calls you now to go on, please let me get recharge card at the junction. You know, some people can send. Let me not say the Yoruba word of what came to my mind. Some people can send anything. They can send anyone anything. Just don't stand beside them. Once they see you available, they will send you. They will send them to buy fuel. They will send them to buy cards. They will send them to sweep. You don't understand? See, some could even quickly give them the car keys. Please let me pick this person from the junction. People can. So it is when you give them that rule, when they know that, see, by sending this man this thing, I am flouting this rule, I am overstepping my bounds, and I could be prosecuted for it. That is when it will stop. You leave them and you keep punishing the policeman, you won't get any result. Extend the punishment to the principal. Extend the punishment so that even when they see him doing it of his own volition, they will call him to order. Oga, that is not why you are here. Leave it. Don't worry. Don't worry. But they will not tell them not to worry. Some don't even offer. They get into trouble. So if they offer, they gladly give them. They send them on different demeaning errands. And honestly, I cannot blame the officers. I may not be able to blame the officers because that is where he is eating at the time. That is his boss at the time. And you don't even see, it's funny. You don't know the relationship of this man with your boss at the office. You don't know. So for him now to now call this your boy that Omote Fumi, he is very rude. He's very rude. And so whose word? It's going to be his words against theirs. And do you know when they meet? You know where they meet? You know how close they are? You know who is doing who a favor amongst them? So you now want to be the scapegoat. So that the VIP now will call your boss at the station and your boss will start breathing down your neck. No, it's not going to work if we think we should continue to punish the officers that are doing these demeaning jobs. No, it is the VIP that we should call to order.
When you were mentioning officers, I was thinking back to the naval officer that was killed in Abuja, in Akure, Akure. Now, I took Idwani in Ondo State. Idwani. All right. Now, I took the story during the first day. Well, I also want your opinion on it. Apparently, the three suspects that were arrested, they are aged 20, each of them 20 years old. And the reason why they did whatever they did was because the naval officer was he hit one of them. He slapped and headbutted one of them when he hit him or something. Let me just find the proper. Okay. All right. He said they used an iron on the deceased because he slapped them and he had fought them during an altercation. What kind of reaction is that? That someone slaps you and then you decide to use a iron rod on his head and explode him?
It's a reaction of anger.
Anger.
Yes, Tony. If I'm going to start with, see, someone, they are all men. They are all men. You splashed water on someone, and the report I read yesterday, because we discussed it also yesterday or Tuesday, the report I read was the man got down from his car and apologized to the people on the bike after splashing water on them, but they were not appeased. You understand? By his apologies. So the fracas ensued. That was one report. But I heard your report again this morning that he didn't wait, that he had, where the head button came from. I don't know now. The slapping was not in the news I read yesterday. You understand? But now that we have that, because they are the ones now saying it, now that the man is dead, you understand? They are now the ones telling us that he came down, he slapped them. He's not here to defend himself anymore.
Funny enough, he slapped just one, and then the other two reacted to what happened to their friend.
They were, yes, one with their friend that was slapped by the naval officer. See, you have to teach this thing. I will always get back to parenting. I will always, because I believe that whatsoever you turn out to be, your parents should carry, if not 100% of it, because as you grow, you make your decisions too. They should carry like 90 or 95% of the responsibilities of how a boy or a girl turns out. You have to train your kids to run away from problems. Because, okay, now, what did you expect was going to happen? Someone got you angry. He splashed water on you. You didn't see that was a recipe for disaster. He got down, headbutted you, slapped you, and you now packed yourselves, three of you, on another bike, on a bike now. You now went and cornered him at a junction. That was your report this morning. You now cornered him at a junction. What did you expect was going to happen at that junction? Was he going to tell you sorry? Was he going to come down and start smiling with you? No. So the three of them got down because he slapped one of them, and they took. You said, what kind of? It's an angry reaction. They were angry. They didn't know it was going to end like this. Just like our elders will say, it's the beginning of a problem that you know. You don't know the end of that. You don't know how that thing is going to end. That is why the best thing is to teach your kids to avoid problems, because you don't know. You would never be able to determine how deep that problem is going to get. Look at them now. One is dead. They are arrested. They are probably going to die too. Probably. Because they killed him. They hit him with an iron rod. They hit him on his head. They hit him in his scrotum. So how would he survive that? How would he? You don't even know his condition. They did not know his state of health. They did not know if he was hypertensive. They didn't know if he had cancer in his coat. They didn't know anything about this man. Let's just even forget the fact that he was a naval officer. He was a human being, for crying out loud. And the three of them, 20 years, 20. And that was what they could do. That was the reaction, the best reaction. None of them was circumspect enough to say, it's okay, let's stop this thing. Let him go. Let him just go and avoid this problem. We have to teach ourselves patience. Always. It's not every fight you fight. It's not everything you react to. See, it's not everything people do to you that you wait and give answers to. Sometimes you would not know the level of evil you are going to avoid by just walking away. See, if someone had just told them, hey, Philip, let him go on this day, they would not know what that person was saving them from. Now they are here. Now they are here. And the person that the man even slapped is saying he was not even the one that killed him.
Said it's not you.
Can you imagine? The person that was slapped did not even raise it was Yorubas who called them Baromideleru. It was you cannot do this to my friend. I went to now carry the iron rod, and they looked at, just like it was my reaction to this police brutality of this Okada guy in Ogba when they were hitting that guy with that iron rod. I don't know if you remember me asking how you took an iron rod and you looked at another person, and not a stick, not a stick, not a paper, iron rod, and you looked at another man, another person, and you were hitting his head. And I'm sure he must have fallen down, and they started hitting him on his. They wanted to kill him.
I'm back to the president now. The spokesman of former President Muhammadu Buhari, Malam Garba Shehu, yesterday debunked social media reports that Buhari had, in his meeting with his successor, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, pleaded that former government officials should not be investigated. Malam Shehu stated in a statement titled "What Buhari Didn't Say to President Tinubu." Now, there was the news. I've not seen the story though that former president said that the president should not probe his cabinet members. But describing the report as fake, Shehu said if social media is to be believed, former President Muhammadu Buhari is requesting his successor not to investigate some former officials of his government. It is fake. Let us not discuss it or give it energy or air of publicity. This is fake and nothing more. Thankfully, there was no one other than the two leaders in the room in which they met. So no one was there to record their conversation. Apparently, the former president and the president met last week in London. Now, even if he had said it, would he tell the president on how to run the government?
I'm not even going to dignify Mr. Garba Shehu. They've had their time in office. And it should let us breathe. Yes, he should allow us Nigerians to breathe. We heard him for 8 years. He should leave us for now. Let us focus on this administration. I don't know if he's just looking for popularity, cheap relevance again. I don't know. Because this report that he's talking about, I haven't seen it anywhere.
I've not seen it anywhere also.
I haven't seen it. So why is he reacting to a story that is not as popular as his answers have now become? You understand? So what's in it? There's nothing in it for me.
Maybe he's sending us encrypted
messages. Let's leave it, please. I'm not decoding it.
All right. Presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has reacted to a viral video of the long convoy of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos on Wednesday, saying leaders who ask followers to sacrifice for a better Nigeria must also lead by example. Now, I saw the video, but I didn't know who was there. Those that were making the video were saying, "Oh, it is the president." They were saying stuff that I will go to I will this. But I didn't see if he was the president. I didn't see the number plate to state that it was presidency, so I cannot say vividly that it is the president's cover. But the cover was long and the vehicles were exhausted.
That was on Tuesday, when the president came back from London. And okay, I have two issues here that I'm going to react. The first one is, or the second one will be the Nigerian sacrifices. Okay, I'll come back to that. But this convoy thing, do you know how many people were there to welcome the president on the day? Do you know? The IGP was there. And if the IGP was there, the Lagos CP will be there. Someone was there. We had senators there. Bajabi Amila was there. See, I don't know how we calculate all these things. I don't know how we came to the conclusion that the whole convoy that we saw was that of the president. It's not possible. So these people that I have mentioned, these very few people that will pale in significance to some other people and the number of people there. Do you know they have their convoys? That if Sanwo-Olu was going to be modest at that outing, he would go with four or five vehicles. If the IGP was going to be modest, how many cars do you think the IGP would come with? Okay, let's take another four. The CP will probably be sitting with the IGP.
3 or 2.
Okay. 2. Bajabi Amila will have his boys that will come behind him. 2. And there were VIPs there that came to welcome the president. Do you understand? See, you cannot determine how many people were in that place on that day, and you will not determine how many people had convoys. Exotic cars. Will Tinubu be the first president to use exotic cars? We have always said it, that our governance is too expensive. We have always said it. They should cut the cost of governance, and that will bring me to them asking Nigerians to sacrifice. What else do we want to sacrifice? Is it our blood? What else do they want Nigerians to sacrifice now, for crying out loud? What else? We are already buying fuel at 520 naira, and they are telling us they are taking it to 700 naira. And if you are buying fuel at 520, you know the amount you are going to be buying rice. You know the amount you are going to be buying clothes. You know the amount you are going to be paying for school fees.
You add school.
You know house rent. So what when they talk about Nigerians should be ready to, honestly, I just feel like seeing them and telling them, Baba, we have been sacrificing since. See, Nigerians, we are, in fact, as a matter of fact, we are used to sacrifices. We are. I pray we don't become sacrifices ourselves. We are used to it. We cut, even without being told, we cut down on cost by ourselves. We cut down on things. We cut down on our expenses by ourselves. It is the government that should cut down. They should cut down. Maestro was talking about 70 million naira for barbing our president hair. You know why I was laughing on the day? Because I already asked that question with me that honestly, what hair is on President Bola Tinubu's head that he will be cutting with 70 million? Even if he wants to just be shaping it monthly or weekly, should he be up to that? And then he raised it. You understand? They should cut down on all these things. Aso Rock Clinic is there. We know how much we are spending on first aid there. We know how much we are spending on the kits there. And nobody uses it. They don't use it. They do not use it. It's a waste. And we budget for it every year. You know how much our senators, our House of Reps members are going to be collecting? That's how we do. That's how we fund them every year. And it is us that cannot afford 3 square meal. It is us that cannot afford a vacation in Dubai. It is us that cannot even afford to power generator for a whole day, for 24 hours, that they are asking to sacrifice. What are we supposed to sacrifice again? What are we supposed to sacrifice again?
Blood. You know, when Maestro was talking about the haircut, I laughed because as he was analyzing it, the tone and everything felt sound funny to me. And then I just mentally checked the presidents or the heads of states we've had. I can't exactly picture any of them with that much hair. And they'd have to go for haircuts every week. Now, let's come back to Oyo State. When I was thinking we've heard from former governor, Senator Rashid Ladoja, another one came out. He was asked why he had a clash of interest prior to the election, and then he says, and I quote, "What happened was that I got furious because I felt the governor should have supported his candidates for the senatorial and House of Representatives election, even if he did not want to support the presidential candidates, but he did not support the senators. He lost the 3 senatorial seats. He lost 9 House of Assembly representative seats. I was disgusted. That was the only thing. I then said that the election will have effect on his own election. If that is what people feel is not right, that is their own opinion. My opinion is that the governor of the state should support candidates for senatorial House of Representatives. What is the clash of interest? I was not contesting. My son was not contesting. My wife was not contesting. Now, this is on why he was angry or had a clash with the governor before election.
But if I recollect well enough, the governor supported the candidates. The governor did. He had his candidates. Tigbe was there. There was Honorable Taiwo there. Odijiomo was there. Abori was there. They had others. There is Oshine from Kajola, it is Iwaju, there. I think Wole Konle too was there. He supported them. He campaigned with them. He campaigned for them. He went to their constituents and he raised their hands and he campaigned for them. So I honestly don't know. But if Babaladoja says that, okay, because the governor did not support the PDP's presidential candidate at the time, maybe that had an effect on the National Assembly members, candidate of the PDP also. Well, no one could have stopped that. But some of them still won. We still have PDP. Oshine is PDP. Odijomo is PDP. Gowon is PDP. We still have them. Though PDP does not have any senator. That's what it is right now. They have some National Assembly members. So he supported them. It just went the way it went. There was no way his non-support for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar then would not have affected, because it was like a mixed signal for the people. You understand? He was PDP, and it was still coming for, it was different from Governor Wike that wasn't seeking a second term. You understand? He was seeking a second term. So for people to retain that, okay, we are going to be voting for Governor Makinde for the governorship, we are going to be voting for PDP for the National Assembly members, then we are going to be voting APC for the presidency. It's kind of a lot for people, for voters, for some voters, really. You understand? Because I read on the day of that election, someone sent a note and to us on air, and it was like, people have already voted Tinubu, and the women came and started asking, Tani kate bai fun assembly, Tani kate bai fun senator. So they just knew that they were going for Tinubu. You understand? And it will cascade down. They thought, okay, Tinubu or APC. So they were just something. Yes. So it wasn't the governor, really. It wasn't the undoing of the governor. No. The governor campaigned for his people. He did. Because he was with them. He campaigned, he raised their hands, he went to their constituents, he campaigned for them. It just turned out the way it turned out.
I'm moving to Kano State. I was going to take this yesterday.
Okay.
The governor of Kano State, Abba Yusuf, has suspended about 10,800 workers employed during the twilight of the administration of the immediate past governor, Abdullahi Ganduje. The state's accountant general, Abdul Kadir Abdusalam, who disclosed this, said the affected workers were illegally employed in the civil service by the Ganduje administration. 3 questions. Is this, okay, first things first, what happens to those that were supposedly employed illegally that have now been laid off?
It's what we have almost in all states. It's like a trap that the outgoing governor always sets for the incoming administration. Yes, they will employ thousands. It's happening in Osun right now. I think the Osun State Governor Adeleke had even laid them off, and that's it. That is like an attempt or a trap to set the people against the incoming governor. You understand? Because there is no way you are going to be going out of administration. People that you have not been paying for years or for months. So in the twilight of your administration, you now decide to now employ thousands of them more as a burden to an incoming administration that has not even settled. Do you understand? So the first thing these administrations do also is to first lay them off, because they feel it's wrong. It's all shades of wrong. Please just go home first. When we settle down and we determine that we need more hands in the civil service, then we will employ you.
So is it safe to also conclude that maybe they want to fish out ghost workers?
They probably want to do anything. They probably want to do anything they want to do. You cannot be going out of administration and you are you are not giving, and go and check the assets that they left. Check the purse. Check the purse now. They are going to be leaving debt in millions and trillions. And they are going to be employing thousands of workers again for an incoming administration. It's unfair, but it's what we do to ourselves. So when this new administration now lay these people off, it will now set the people against the administration. The new administration that should still be enjoying honeymoon with the people. So the people will now come and say, this is not what you promised us. This is not what you promised us. We voted you in. The first thing you are doing is to sack people.
Okay, let's go international. A video went viral earlier this week of a woman urging her teenage son to shoot a man, and he died. Now, the murder charges against her has been dropped after further footage came to life showing the man punched her. Miss Hood and her son had been charged with a first-degree murder following the killing of Jeremy Brown. She had a valid firm and now, the man was allegedly assaulting her. I think he was punching and hitting her, and then she asked her son to shoot him, and he did, and then he died. What do you think of it?
What is the relationship?
It was
Just a random man. If it was established that he was assaulting the man, why was he assaulting the woman? And if the court will be able to establish that she acted in self-defense, because if a son was with his mother, I'm sure the son, you've seen cases, even if husbands and wives are fighting, you see the children beating the father just to rescue their mom. So it's you would not expect that the son will just stand by and not do something to help the mother. You understand? So if the court is able to establish that the man was actually assaulting, there will be CCTV footages. I'm very sure of that. They will get to the root of the matter, and they are probably going to be left off the hook.
The woman has actually sued the police.
Okay.
But she was unarmed and she was getting assaulted.
Yeah, she was unarmed, but the son, where did the gun come from?
The son, the child.
How old is the son?
14.
Okay. So it's probably the woman's gun. You understand?
Yes.
So it's probably the woman's gun, and the boy shot. I'm sure they will know how to go about it.
More than 100 people have died due to extreme heat in Mexico, and this is following a series of heat waves in the Latin American nation. Scientists say global warming is exacerbating adverse weather, with many countries expecting record high temperatures. And this brings me back to people saying, oh, Nigeria is a very good country, aside the suffering we're going through and all of that. Yeah, we're lucky that extreme heat is not killing us. We're not having tornadoes and cyclones and all of that. But this extreme natural disasters that are killing people, do you think that the scientists that are telling us to avoid artificial sweeteners, to avoid a lot of things, sweet toothpaste and all of that, do you think they can find solutions to stuff like this, or how people can stay safe?
They've always been doing that, Tony. They even determine when it's going to happen. They forecast it. They predict it, and very accurately. You understand? So they prepare for it. If you see some of their houses, they have basements, they have closures, they have panic rooms. They prepare for these things. They know about it. They know when it's going to happen. Every time of the year that it's going to happen, they are prepared for it. They predict it accurately with so much precision, and they prepare for it. As families, as a country, they prepare for it. It's a national thing for them. They can't stop it because it's natural.
Just when we are getting over the soap where that imploded with 5 people who wanted to go and see the wreck of the Titanic, we're having 4 volunteers who have been locked in a mass simulation by NASA and won't come out for a year and 13 days. They want to know how they want to face the range of challenges designed to that one should anticipate when real life moves to Mars.
I don't understand.
Okay. Now, 4 people have been locked. They volunteered to have themselves locked in a mass simulation by NASA and won't come out for a year and 13 days just to see what can happen.
Where are they locked in?
On Earth, but the place is stimulated with Mars, or in a mass stimulation, like as if they are on Mars. To know what to expect on Mars, to know how the challenges that will be faced, and how man can survive on Mars.
I told you last week that this thing doesn't stop them. It doesn't stop them. As sad as it is, it doesn't stop them from doing more, because it's education for them. It's life for them. It's discovery for them. So they are going to feel sad for some days. They are going to mourn the dead, but the next minute they are going to be planning on another voyage. They are going to be planning on another journey. They are going to be planning on another adventure. Maybe it was people that went down to get the wreckage of.
Yeah, they brought out the
Titan. Yes, they brought it out. People went there. When the Titanic sank, 1912, they could not get to the root or the depth of that sea because they described it as inhospitable terrain. That was why they did not go there at the time to go and bring out the wreckage and the dead bodies. But now it's now hospitable. The terrain is no longer inhospitable. That was why these people decided that okay, let's go and document. Even if we can't bring it out,
they didn't go to document actually.
they were going to document. That was the purpose.
That was why people paid $25,000.
Yes.
To the company just to go and see. They were not going to document. They were going for excursion.
They just wanted to go and see the wreckage of the Titanic. Now, they died, and their wreckage has been brought out. Now they could not get to. But what I was even trying to drive at then was they could not get to where Titanic was at the time, but now they can get to where Titanic is because they have gone to bring out it. You understand? So they are making discoveries daily. Daily. Don't be surprised if they bring out the wreckage of the Titanic. Soon they might bring it out. They might bring debris. They might bring anything out. And you will see that okay, this is the Titanic. They might. They will get there. So these ones, I wish them luck. I pray there will be no implosion. There will be no explosion. They will be able to determine when Mars moves to the Earth or when the Earth moves to Mars. Okay.
All right. Still people daring nature.
And we are still talking about fuel removal. Subsidy removal here.
Now, we have another person who has broken a Guinness World Record. A 39-year-old French firefighter has broken a world record after running the longest distance in full body burn without oxygen. According to the Guinness World Record on Thursday, Vero ran 272.25 meters while in flames wearing a protective suit. He broke the previous record of 204.23 meters set by someone else of the UK. Now he's doing so to, I don't know.
He wants to break his own record again.
No, another person's record. He's wearing the gear of firefighters.
Yeah.
And then
it was on fire.
Yeah, and he ran like that.
Why? To break the Guinness Book of Records. You said why? Why did Hilda cook for 100 hours? Why did Chef Dami attempt to cook for 120 hours?
Said it.
He wants, and I'm glad for him. He has broken it. He has broken the record.
What if?
Nothing. What if? Leave the what if. He knew what he was getting into. And he was been prepared for.
Okay, before we go back to the platforms to check, the Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria has rejected a bill seeking establishment of a National Council of Christian Education, saying the proposal violates Section 10 and 42, subsection 3 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Rather than promoting a bill that violates the secular character of Nigeria, the bishops asked Christian Association of Nigeria, which originally pushed for the bill at the National Assembly, to promote legislations that address unprovoked attacks on Christians in the North, amongst others. CBCN rejected the bill in a statement by its president, Archbishop Lucius. Now, the bill, which seeks to develop, regulate, and approve syllabuses, content at all levels of Christian education, was sponsored by Rimamde Kwen. Their names are Desha. Now, the bill is I'm trying to regulate, develop, and approve syllabuses or content of Christian education in Nigeria. Only Christian education, not all religions, or just Christian. I think to determine the content of what should be taught to Christian religious students. Why should?
Why?
I mean, it should. If you were on all levels of all religions, I think it would have made more sense to make sure that kids are not being contaminated or being taught on extremism. But since it seems one-sided, I think it's going to be causing controversies.
No, I don't think it's one-sided. It's just that whose responsibility is it to adjust the curriculum, the syllabus of a particular subject. You understand? Is it the Christian body to do it or the Ministry of Education? You get? So I think that is what should be worked on. It's not one-sided. It depends on who is doing it, who is supposed to do it. If CAN is supposed to be a part of the submission, if the Ministry of Education, probably there is the Christian arm, if they are supposed to be a part of those that will contribute to the syllabus, development of the syllabus, I think it's a good thing that it should be regulated. It's a good thing that it should be monitored because we have to know what is being taught these kids in schools. If you look at the stories we see on social media of what is being taught students abroad, you want to really be concerned about what is imparted into your kids in school, especially in the name of religion, because that's how extremism starts. They have to teach them what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So when they are beginning to teach them wrong, as a parent, you will be able to notice and you'll be able to know that, okay, this is wrong. Who taught you this? My teacher did. Then you go to school and ask if that's part of the curriculum, if it's part of the syllabus, then you take it up. Because I watched a video where a parliamentarian was asking, I can't readily recall now if it was London or America. The parliamentarian was asking, apparently he had a friend, his friend reported to him, so he decided to raise it on the floor of the house on the day. The friend, being a man, reported to him that his 8-year-old daughter, 8 or 4, was given an assignment from school to ask about penile erection.
I think I saw that.
Yes, that what does it look like? What does it feel like? So the man was confused and he had to tell his friend, and this parliamentarian had to call for a representative from the Ministry of Education to come and explain to them how that got into the girl's assignment, homework. You understand? So I think these syllabuses should be regulated, really.
I think I agree with you and the scenarios you created because I remember seeing a video where drag queens were made to do ridiculous stuff in front of toddlers just to educate them on their stupid LGBTQ thing. All right, let's just go to the platforms before we open the phone lines. Taking it up from where we stopped earlier, Akindele Olakole says subsidy removal, federal government saves 400 billion naira in 4 weeks. That's huge, just in 4 weeks. I hope this money won't be embezzled again. We need to start doing things rightly in this country. Moshood Hamid, I think it is time today's government start making an effect that will affect people's lives directly, not the one that only appears on paper and ends up in the bank. We can't beat a child and expect him not to cry. People will stop at nothing to be more agitated. This is how unfortunately events of these days have unfolded. We don't have to sacrifice too much for a government who has not directly or indirectly made essential provision for us. I hope they get it right. Our expectations are numerous. When Adebayo Olaoti Job says, good morning, Petals family. Good morning to you too. On fuel marketers' projection of 700 naira per litre of petrol, it is a pity that the price of whatever goes up in this country hardly comes down. We are in the month of June and presently the marketers are buying fuel at old price. And come July, when they will be getting fuel at non-subsidized rate, definitely their profit margin will be reduced. They are just looking for the way they will increase their profit. These marketers should remember that their actions would further have negative effect on our economy and everyone will feel the effect by the time the price of goods and services skyrocket. And David Mayegun sends a link, says, can you believe this? In San Francisco, residents with an income of less than 104,400 dollars per year are considered poor and can qualify for assistance programs. And Olushino Akinshola says, good morning, I'm not a madam. My name is Toni. I have been thinking about this issue of subsidy palliatives. I do not know how cash payments could be a veritable way of fulfilling the intention of alleviating the suffering of the people. It could lead to a higher inflationary level in the economy. I would rather suggest the following three ways to ameliorate the suffering. Let the savings be invested in getting the refineries working. Two, let another part be invested in getting stable electricity for the jump starting of MSMEs. Three, let another part be invented in the Nassau Microfinance Bank to give non-collateral loans to MSMEs to enable Nigerians to have access to loans, grants, to galvanize their married-bound small-scale industries. This will facilitate employment. All this, of course, would assume that necessary checks and balances will be put in place to checkmate corruption and misappropriation of various implementation levels. My take. And Sterling says, well done to the two women in the studio. You're doing a great job, Mrs. Adebisi, sounding like maestro already. Kudos. And Atobongal Alabi says, good morning, Madam Bisi and Tony. Good morning to you too. As things stand, parents should be really in charge of their children's education. They shouldn't leave their kids to their school teachers alone. I am a teacher in a private secondary school. I know what is going on here. Thank you for that. And now we'll open the phone line so those at home can lend their voices. And the numbers to call 08107812544 or 09153029992. Please do not forget to turn down the volume of your radio set before you call in so we don't have echoings. I'll take the numbers again. 08107812544 or 09153029992. You can still drop your comments on the platforms. We'll still be able to take them. The numbers again 09153029992 or 08107812544. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from? Go ahead.
I don't want to keep anything conversation about the registration of the defense platforms. I don't know the reason why it is isolated and what body is going to be enforced there. Because in terms of Christian labor, probably that is going to be for the students, I don't know, or the pastoral sector. So it's not a safety. But however, I don't think in this secular state, Nigeria, and with the situation of things like religious sensitivity, it will not be done in isolation. So I think the next line of action, which is very important, is security of life and property of the Christians that are being safely exposed. So the killing of Christians will be something that will legislate again. And that is the next thing that is most important. Then, after the labor of subsidy, we are not able to discipline anything for the poor, for the masses. And recently, our landed lawyer, Falana, was able to give some options whereby they should not bring them to traumatize the poor. There are lots of areas they can go which will not have any impact on the masses. The sport of us both here, so that increase of this sector we haven't on so happy on the masses. So thank you very much.
Thank you. 09153029992 or 08107812544. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello. Thank you. Amen.
I don't know how only this whereby the whether you the flow they are treating us with all their uncomfortable policies and especially so you know, I always say, only to my attention, that's what I look okay, only near me. illumination was happening. So once you are telling us to fear the things and they are not fearing anything, and leadership is by example, God will help us. God will help us in this country. Good morning.
Amen. Thank you. 08107812544 or 09153029992. We'll still take your comments on the platforms. We still have a little bit of time. Hello, good morning. Go ahead.
You know, you are offering the sacrifice. You need also need to help us together. So, in this particular case, the constitution has the doctor that take sacrifice to where the sacrifice should go. So, and if you are also, if you are part of that body, you don't need to sacrifice it. You sacrifice politicians are not sacrificing anything. We are the ones that to take our just our sacrifices to what they should do. Number two, this promise that you should suffer first, later you will enjoy. I don't see the route to enjoyment here. What is it that will make us enjoy is the last, later. When there is nothing in place, you know what happened to the palliative during the COVID-19? The palliative centers in political state. So, which way are we going to enjoy this state? And when especially when the state is not going on. So, let's continue to pray because someone has no brother. If you ask someone not to pray, what does he do?
Thank you. 09153029992 or 08107812544. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, my dear sister?
Fine, thank you.
Please, my dear sister, I was so confused about the fighting in prayer ground in Lesotho between governor and the rest. The governor is from Ilau, wherever you come from. When you want to do your salary, you go home. See, want to labor and do the salary. What are you remaining in Lesotho do? Just to make the country come or just to make the problem come. Have we not the Yoruba people? If you are Christian, you are Muslim, you forcefully become Yoruba man before you become any religion man. If our culture not be like this, we are not the country and then this thing. We make our father, our mother, our dear. We need them in common. They are doing everything in common. The Muslim and Muslim are fighting inside the prayer ground. What can cause all these questions? The government for that matter.
Thank you. Thank you. 09153.
No, honestly, there was no fight, Tony. The fight was averted because the governor left.
And we still don't even know the original account because we have various accounts.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Dada Kawakajari.
Go ahead.
Good morning. And you are just standing just like Maestro, Professor. And Tony also has been immersed by your tone also. You people are doing a very good job.
Thank you.
Thank
now,
you.
What I want to comment concerning this issue of fuel increase, I think this will even give more suffering to the masses. For there is nothing we can do. We just have to hope on God, for God to help us. Thank you.
Thank you. 09153029992 or 08107812544. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Wale. I'm calling from Adeoye. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning, Mr. Wale.
Well done,
Thank you.
How is it?
Very fine, thank you.
Please, I beg to disagree with the decision of the penultimate caller, the man that comes before the last caller.
Okay.
I'm not from Osun State, I'm from Oyo State. But as the governor of the state, I believe he has the right to make his prayer anytime. And from what the information I heard, is that almost at that particular exam, the front row is always reserved for eminent personalities, including the doctor. So in worshiping at that exam should not be the reason why Braka should go to break out there and telling him to go to his hometown to go and observe his peace prayer. I don't think that is accurate. That is accurate. Thank you.
Thank you. 09153029992 or 081. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, please go ahead. Okay.
On the issue of the governor of Osun State, I also ask the question: why is the governor staying in Osun State? Because the governor is from there, there is just 10, 15 minutes away from East Grand. That's the first question. And second question is: if there are advancing of the governor, the senator will not have taken the state. So there are so many questions that only those who are present at that stage can answer. Because before the whole thing started, there should be advancing. Even the senator has that. So I think it's about politics. They should let go. Governor has been elected. Senator is out of power. And they should just and talk about that.
Thank you.
God should not be happy.
Thank you. I think. Hello, good morning. All right. We take one more call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I don't want to from but I just want to throw light on this also.
Thank you.
And we know what is happening there.
Go on, please.
According to the law, I think the governor is the first citizen of the state and the person in charge of everything. So the issue of the great issue worship do not come in. At Abuja, somebody has the president always worship at the state house at times so you will not necessarily go every place is the home of the governor. So the issue of going to worship do not come in. So and every right he has the right to go to anywhere. Is the owner of the state presently. But there is protocol. When the fellow was here and Ajibona Fasiru used the place he's supposed to stay, even in churches.
So please tell us what happened on the day.
What happened that the Ajibona Fasiru used the place governor supposed to speak. So there are correct carpets that have been prepared for governor. But before they arrive for the governor, we have told them that the retired senator or the senator and do that place which is the people. That is the place, the photo of the people. And this is security wise is wrong. So the person will be arrested at prison.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Our time is well spent. Many thanks to everyone who has been a part of the show today. Thank you, Adebisi Ogunjimi, for always joining me.
Thank you, Toni. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Have a wonderful weekend. My name is Toni Adeoye. We'll be here next week, Friday, with another edition of the TGIF edition.
Bye. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I have been in here, Mr. Bigo Adekunle. Tony, thank you. My learned friend, Mr. Balogun Ibikunle. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lade Jacob. Thank you, sir. Mr. Dapo. Ẹ̀gbọ́n Fomilẹ́ran ọdún ẹ ṣé. Bironke, thank you, Jare, thank you, baby. That is Anu Komalafe, thank you for watching. Mr. Jacob, thank you. Dikrula, Arenodun, wow. Mr. Sulaiman, Arenodun. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Olajide, thank you for watching. Thank you. Next week again. Bye.